Bole Baba ki jai. So we have gathered here to listen to what Babaji wanted us to do as spiritual practice. So Babaji has actually, by his own actions, he has proved what he practiced, what he preached, and which is that you should do utmost Karam Yoga and Jap Yoga. And this I have repeated many times, but for those people who have come today, Karam Yoga is, what Lord Arjun or King Arjun was taught by Lord Krishna at the battlefield of Mahabharata. And Arjun, if you remember, got cold feet when he was facing his cousins and nephews, in war. And he did not want to fight. And Lord Krishna, he held forth the time. This is very important. The discourse given by Lord Krishna to Arjun was beyond time. Lord Krishna was God, so he held time. And the other army did not know what was happening. For them, nothing had happened. But, he was the master of time also, Lord Krishna. And he told Arjun that you do not start thinking that they are your cousins, they are your uncles and aunties or uncles and nephews, and you have to fight. So the sermon or the lesson for you and me is that whatever you are doing, if you are, a journalist, you have to be a good journalist, report good things, and make, motivate people into becoming more, literate in their lives. The hunger for knowledge, etc. should increase. If you are a teacher, you should impart the best teaching to your students. And that can only come, when you, behave like a spiritual person inside. Teaching, I think, is the most tough line, because you first have to project something which you are basically not. So you have, whether it's a school or whether it's a college, whether it is, medical college, engineering college. So I think teacher's job is the toughest. So Babaji was a master teacher. This is the first point I want to emphasize today. So he said that the moment a child is born, his karmic meter, like a taxi driver's meter, which used to be there during our days, it is down. So your job, the moment you come to this earth, is to work and do your karma. And those people who do their karma, they are well off in life. Things will not, trouble them. And with karma, as I just told you, I emphasize that whatever work you are doing, comes, the Jap Yoga. So Karam Yoga and Jap Yoga. So these are two things which Babaji said will take you towards, godliness, towards spiritual enlightenment. So Karam Yoga, you cannot go and sit on top of a hill in Badrinath or on top of Mount Kailash with your mala and say that, okay, now God, you have to liberate me. And Babaji gave me a very live example of this. So I was sitting with Babaji, and Hargobind Baba, who was Babaji introduced, I already knew what he was saying, that Hargobind Baba, whose name was Dr. Martin Wolfer, he was a medical doctor like me, and he was a qualified psychiatrist, and he belonged to one of the top 5 or 6 families in Switzerland. Top family means that they were, very, very rich. And Hargobind Baba, had so much, doubts in his mind. He wanted to come to India to find a guru. And he got all the money from his family. His family said, okay, you want to go, you go. Fathers ultimately have to do what children tell them to do. So he came here and put all that money on Babaji's feet. Now Babaji is telling me all this. He says he thinks that I can give him liberation. I said, Babaji, you can, because you have the power, you can do that. Why don't you liberate him? Moksha, that's a word which he used. Ye chahta main isko moksha de do. So I said, you have the power, Babaji, you're the boss, you can do it. He says, no, I cannot give him moksha. I said, why? He says, because he has not done his karma. he told me about Har Gobind Baba. So, he says he cannot, so he has to come again or whatever, I have no idea what he has to do. But if you are doing your karma, gods are happy, and chances are that you will keep on, moving up spiritually. And this is the reason, and I'm talking about only Indians, and sorry, it does not involve the Westerners who are sitting here. In India, there is less karma yoga, and there is more, other kind of yoga which can be talking, eating, or whatever, So karma yoga is the main thing which Babaji said will take you through, and with that Babaji said, chant God's name. Now another thing which I want to emphasize today is that this Babaji named as Haidakhan Universal Ashram. He never wanted anybody to change their religion or to change their God. If you are, I'm talking about Indians, if you are a Hindu, well, if you are a Ram, devotee, your mantra is Ram, 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 Ram. If you are a Shiv devotee, your mantra is Om Namah Shivay. And if you are, a Buddhist, your mantra is different. If you are a Sardarji, your mantra is Sukh Nam Shri Vaheguru. That kind of a thing. So what I am saying is, even the foreigners, the Christians or the Muslims who came here, Babaji said, do not change your religion. Remember your own God. But fortunately or unfortunately, the time we are facing through, very few people are towards godliness. So many people used to say, Babaji, you have to tell us, you are a guru, you tell us what to do, we will do. So Babaji said, now you do your karam yoga and do your jap yoga. In his case, jap yoga was Om Namah Shivay. And then he emphasized, which I have already mentioned, at the risk of repetition I am saying, he says, but there is no point in just giving you a mantra, the mantra will not do anything for you. And he made me realize, he says, when a child is born, Arvindji, at the time when he is 2 years old, he has heard Om Namah Shivay. But when he grows up, becomes a young man, he says his mantra changes. I said, how does mantra change? He says, yes, the mantra changes, money, 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 money. Power, 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 So he is bringing you back to the old, what he said that mantra should be. And to do the mantra, he said you should get up early in the morning before sunrise, because I told him, I said, I get up, I was, in my, early 30s or maybe 29, 30, whatever. So I said, I get up at 7 o'clock and I will do the mantra. And I had already asked him this question, I said, which is the best way of spiritual enlightenment? So Babaji had said, Karam Yoga and Jap Yoga. And I asked him, I said, why not meditation? Because I hear so much meditation and meditation this. He says, meditation is very good, but it's not meant for you. Means for the modern generation. I said, why? He says, because you don't have the time to do meditation. And even if you had the time, you will not find the guru to teach you meditation. So meditation is out. And I'm just going a little bit sideways. In his earlier form, he taught Kriya Yoga. But when he came this time, anybody who went to him, to Babaji teach me Kriya Yoga, etc., he said, nothing doing. Karam Yoga now. Karma. And he said it so vehemently. So the first thing which I want to emphasize is that you have to do your karma. And then Babaji, going back to the mantra, he said that, okay, now you have to get up early in the morning. I said, why? Because he says at that time we listen. You must finish your mantra before sunrise. Very tall order, especially for a guy who is in his early 30s. I said, why? He says, because at that time we listen. Your prayers are listened by the gods at that time. I said, what happens after that? He says, after that our office also opens and we also get busy. He's telling me that. And our office works 24/7. We become so busy. So, ladies and gentlemen, the best time to remember God, whichever God, now in our case, people here, Om Namah Shivay, you have to get up early in the morning. That is the first thing which you must take back from Haidakhan Ashram. You have to change your lifestyle, and I'm not talking about people who habitually, their work involves, for example, Shivoham, who's sitting in front of me, He is in the hospitality business. He's got to go and, people call him to, organize their dinners and whatnot. So he is not, involved in this. And so is wife Tanya. And so are these school or college going kids. Because you have to study time, and again you have got to study anytime. Anytime when you are awake, you have to study, that kind of a thing. But I'm talking about mostly 90 or 95% other people. We do not get up early in the morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you have to learn from coming to Haidakhan Ashram is that you have to change your lifestyle. You have to get up early in the morning, and how early will you get up? Will you get up at 5:30, 4:30, 2:30? What time will you get up? So I have got an answer for that. When you open your, cell phones now, so there is an app known of the weather app. You must have seen. So weather tells you the temperature today will be between 25 degrees and 15 degrees, and temperature right now at 12 o'clock, temperature is 23 degrees. That kind of a thing. But if you keep going down, 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 it's a sunset, and suddenly below sunset, right, sunrise. Okay? You have seen this? Yes? Okay. So my, tip to you is that you should get up 1 hour before sunrise. For example, if the sunrise in my city, that is Delhi, is, something like 6 o'clock these days. I'm guessing, I don't know what the sunrise is. 6 o'clock, I should get up out of bed by 5 o'clock and quickly finish my, washroom, chores, have a bath, whatever, and sit in front of Babaji's altar. Everybody who's here, I know you have a picture of your God. Babaji, Devi, this and that, Hanumanji. So you light an agarbatti, do the agarbatti, and you sit. And once you sit, what will be the first thing which you do? You should do pranayam. So today I will not talk about pranayam, maybe tomorrow. But you should do pranayam because that puts your body in parallel with the cosmic vibrations, the godly vibrations. Pranayam does that. And many people have attained moksha by pranayam techniques. So what Babaji said, there are many types of pranayam, but we'll teach you tomorrow what the pranayam is. So pranayam is number 1. Number 2 is that there are 2 things in your spiritual practice which you should do. One is part, which is reading of a holy book. And the second is japa, which is constant chanting of the gods. And there are 2 things. So part, which is reading, comes first. So Haidakhandeshwari part, which is reading, Sharmaji does it so well. So I encourage you to take this book. And in this there are 3 parts, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati. 3 parts, and then obviously Bhairav throat. So Babaji also said, and he especially taught Gaura Devi that you don't have to read the whole book every day. You can do one by one. Today you can do Mahakali, tomorrow you can do Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati. But Bhairav throat you have to do. Daily. You should do. And if you don't have time for all this, you should at least read Hanuman Chalisa because that will take you just 4 to 5 minutes. So ideal is, Haidakhandeshwari part. Next best is Hanuman Chalisa. You will finish it in 5 minutes. So how do you do Hanuman Chalisa? You say Hang Hanumate Om Hang Hanumate Namah. And in Indian religion we count from here. Number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Om Hang Hanumate Namah, Om Hang Hanumate Namah. So we go like this. And we reach 11 times, you do Om Hang Hanumate Namah. And then you read Hanuman Chalisa. And then you close it also by repeating Hanuman Om Hang Hanumate Namah 11 times. And then what do? This is your part. Now you have to pick up your mala and you have to do the Om Namah Shivay. Now before Om Namah Shivay, you can choose to do the Mahamritanjay mantra. Mahamritanjay mantra is the most famous or the most powerful Shivji mantra. It has a power of raising a man from the dead back to life. So why should we all do it? Are we dead? We are not dead. But to keep good health, one should do. So the simple one is Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urva Rukme Vandanan Mrityur Mokshi Mahamritat. Do it at least 11 times. And after that, now is the time for your mala. You take the mala, you have to take the mala in your right hand. Many days now I've been seeing people are doing that, they hold it in the right hand, but they are not doing it correctly. So here we have got 5 fingers, so the second finger is not to be used. Second finger in Indian religion, Hindu religion is never used because this is the finger which we point at people. She is like that. He did this to me. I teach him a lesson. You know, that kind of a thing. So we don't use this finger traditionally. And maybe Shastriji can tell you much more. First, third and fourth finger, you have to suspend the mala on your fourth finger. And with the first and third you stabilize and you have to pull the bead. Om Namah Shivay, 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 Om Namah Shivay. So I am not using my second finger at all, you see. Om Namah Shivay, 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 Om Namah Shivay. And when I reach the end or towards the end, I keep saying that Om Namah Shivay, 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 Om Namah Shivay. Now I don't cross over, I turn the mala around. Okay? I turn the mala around and I keep on doing Om Namah Shivay. So Om Namah Shivay is your main mantra. It is mantra of this age of Kali Yuga and it is given by Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva chanted this mantra when he created universes. So this is not yesterday's mantra or 100 years old mantra. It is millions and billions of old mantra. So you can imagine the power. And Om Namah Shivaya is a Panchakshar mantra, which means it has 5 letters. Om you can take out Namah Shivaya. So for each of the letters, you have got to chant the mantra totally 625,000 times, or what we call in India, 1,25,000 times for each letter. So 5 letters into 125,000 times is 6,25,000 times. So when you reach 625,000 times of Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, you reach stage 1. And another 6,25,000 times, you reach stage 2. Stage 3. And you will see that next time you don't even require a mala. And the mantra is coming out automatically. You're like a Tesla car, drives autonomous. So Om Namah Shivaya keeps coming out. And the ultimate stage is that when it is time for all of us to leave this world, that mantra comes out. Om Namah Shivaya, and you are ready to be joined with your maker. That is the ultimate idea. That when we die, we should be chanting our God's name, and in our case it's Om Namah Shivaya. Somebody may be Ram Bhagat, let's not get to that. So Om Namah Shivaya I have told you, and also it is mathematically proven that if you do about 20 malas a day, 20, you can reach this number of 625,000 in 1 year. So ladies and gentlemen, it is worth trying it. No harm will come to you, I can assure you. You will only benefit. And you should also change your lifestyle. Babaji was a great one. He said you have to change your lifestyle. If you are keeping on doing whatever you were doing in your city or your village, whatever, then what's the point of coming here? So here you all get up early in the morning. You are all up by, I'm sure, by 4 o'clock. And you come for Chandan at 5 o'clock. So that is the Brahma Muhurat. And this is the reason why I am insisting that we all sit there here together and we chant Om Namah Shivaya, because you will get into the cycle of chanting Om Namah Shivaya. When so many people are chanting, you will also get enthused. And that is Brahma Muhurat. At that time, sun has still not come out. So chances are that you will take this thing back home when you go, and still Om Namah Shivaya, you will miss that, Bhajan Kirtan was going on, and Dr. Lal was putting the Chandan and everybody was doing Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. That is what Babaji wanted you to do. And Babaji also said that in the morning, during Brahma Muhurat, you should do your mantra. And after that mantra, now you have spare time. Because you were getting up at 7 o'clock, 6:30, now you have spare time. So what should you do? He said you should do some exercise. What he recommended is that go for a walk. Plain, simple walk. So put on your again some nice Adidas shoes or whatever you have, put on your track pants, go for at least half an hour, 45 minutes. Half an hour minimum, and upper limit, there is no upper limit. 45 minutes minimum. IT line. How many of you are in computer IT line here? Must be many people here. So I said they can use their mind to such an extent that just by thinking, you keep a screen in front of them, a keyboard, and you keep a bucket downstairs in which money keeps falling in. They just, so they're only using their mind and putting something which you and I can't understand. And money keeps falling in. So the top 10 companies in the world are all IT or IT driven. This you can check. Even Mr. What's his, President Trump's best friend, Elon Musk, is from this line. Very highly qualified. So what I'm saying is this will keep your mind, active and your body active, and then the rest you leave to Babaji. And then Babaji said that whenever you are driving, you don't have to listen to your music in FM radio 98.3, and you can just keep on chanting Om Namah Shivay. And if you are waiting in the airport lounge, you can again do it. You are waiting at the metro station, or you have a long ride. For example, I have a long ride from my house in Green Park in New Delhi to my office, which is nearly 30 kilometers away. And I'm lucky, I have a driver also, so I sit like a boss at the back, and what do? I take out my mala and I keep doing it. And I can share with you, I can do 108 malas a day because I have the time. There's nothing else to do. And my car also has a television. And instead of, in addition to radio and whatever, I don't even know how to switch it on. I don't know. I don't want to find out. So what I'm saying is that once you get into this rhythm, you have come into the letter and spirit what Babaji has asked you to do. Karma yoga comes first. You must do your karma, and with that you do japa yoga. I think we'll stop at that, and tomorrow we'll talk about the breathing exercise. Bole Babaji.